nigga. This shit just don't sound cool. That's what we go to sleep to.
Wake up to.
Wake up to. Cushion orange juice, nigga.
Gentlemen, we have returned. Welcome to another episode of Everything Under the Sky. I'm your host, Lamar, with my good friends, young Larry.
What up?
Wait, dang. So you're Larry from Winning Time?
Nah, definitely not. They got the wrong guy.
Yeah, he wasn't graceful at all. He was all a prick. We got our official light skin wax from B5 here. The gang's all here. And how are you guys? Episode 55, right?
Yeah, 55.
Episode 55. How are you guys this week? In our 55th week on Earth
I'm good, man.
as a unit.
55, that's crazy. Shout out to us. But I'm good. I'm chilling. It's always good to link up with you guys. Get some chill time.
Reflect a little bit.
Exactly.
Nah, definitely. But nah, that's crazy. It's 55. That's a lot of episodes. But right now I'm a little toasty. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We might as well address the elephant in the room and just
shout out to our city, 420. So we're actually recording on 420. Do I have edibles in the refrigerator? I have to pause it real quick. I forgot about that. But by the time it drops, it's gonna be Friday, so it's gonna be a little past it. But we're actually all recording in real time on 420. I've never seen this done before. Shout out to the big boys in the trap. I feel like there's so many concerts and so much stuff going on around the city, and there's so many like celebrities here. I'm like, I feel like nobody really does 420 like Colorado.
Nah, I don't think so.
But I was talking to this transplant or this person that's not from out here, and I was like, that's the one thing about Colorado that's really changing is they like celebrate anything. Like Colorado will celebrate anything. We make anything a festival. We'll like St. Patrick's Day is crazy. Like opening day. A lot of cities don't have opening days like Colorado. Like we just look for a reason just to party. I feel like.
For real. Half those people don't even go to the game.
Half?
More than half.
Yeah, man. There's only so many people in there.
Shoot, there's been plenty of times I've not gone to the game.
Man, but even like St. Patrick's Day, like I never thought people would celebrate St. Patrick's the way Colorado be celebrating.
Nah, I agree with you. That is kind of random, though. I didn't think about that.
We have so many random things that we just like, let's go outside, let's do this, let's do that. Let alone like the big holidays, of course, like 4th of July and New Year's and stuff. But like,
so like this,
even a 420, like we go to Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas. Like a lot of these cities don't have celebrations like this.
Nah, definitely places next to us for sure. Like maybe Arizona. Nah, not Arizona. Definitely not. They're not gonna do it. But in regards to like things to do,
exactly.
Arizona,
I'm thinking like maybe a New York might have it. I'm like maybe Miami might do something around it. But yeah, Colorado's unique in that aspect. Shout out to 420. But there are a lot of people out here. Like I seen a Method Man and Redman concert going on. Her was just here. The Red Rocks has been going crazy. Gucci Man and Kevin Gates. The Wiz and Trippie Redd. Did you end up going? I know you wanted to go.
No, I didn't go.
I just been seeing some snaps. So it is dope. It's bringing a lot of people to the city. How do y'all feel about the business around like 420 and marijuana in the city?
Well, you clearly, bro. Look how I think.
There's so many weed vendors, bro.
Well, even beyond that, I think economically, what it did is like ever since it got like legalized here, I feel like that's when everything started to boom. City started getting a little bit bigger.
The
like,
tech center started really taking off.
Yeah, like everything started just a lot more people started moving here. You can see with the housing market now too. Like you can just see with everything. I feel like marijuana is a big contributor to that for sure.
Definitely.
How long before it's federally accepted?
I hope soon, for sure. I hope
We
soon.
got to vote Bernie in. Bernie's shit gonna get shut down so fast. He
Didn't it
wanna
just get through the House though? I could have swore I saw some on that. Like it
did
like,
it.
I think so. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about it since. But
To federally decriminalize it.
yeah,
At least, yeah. I'm like federally legal, but I'm like that's kind of. I'm not gonna say impossible, but that's tough. But at least federally decriminalized.
That means they gotta release all those people.
they decriminalized that though. Like that's
Huge.
that's pretty dope. But I wonder, like, will it go for each state though? Can they still criminalize it in a state even though it's
It'll still
federally?
be like state to state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kind of how it's like federally illegal, but it's still like state to state. That shit's so it's so weird.
It would have to be a state law, and I feel like people still have to vote on state laws, so it would have to be an agreement. So it'll be tough still.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's possible.
it's crazy. People are still voting against marijuana in 2022. Huh? I guess
Crazy.
I guess it's happening. What should we start? Episode 55. Oh, this is pretty recent. Rapper ASAP Rocky gets arrested right off the a private jet. Did you guys have a chance to read into this story at all?
Nah, but you're right. Tell me it was from 2001.
That's what.
No, I was. Hey,
Oh.
I corrected myself.
Nah, but from 2021.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But
So they were just waiting for him to come back to LA.
because they were in
Snatched him
Barbados,
up.
I guess, having a good old time. But I'm like, dang, ASAP can't live, man. What they got against ASAP right now? I feel like it's a
No,
smear campaign.
Some
or
seems suspicious right now,
Something's going on where they're trying to put some smut on my man's name or
because it
something.
went from allegations of him cheating, then to this. I
All
was like,
within 5 days.
yeah,
That's
I
a
was
hell
like,
of a.
what?
Right.
That's a hell of a week, man. And you got your baby still on the way, and like they pulling up to you. And he was with Rihanna when he got arrested. I'm pretty sure. So like you with your girl, fresh off the plane from Barbados, her home city. But it's weird because it says taken into custody for questioning and stuff. So I'm like, is he arrested or is he just in custody, or is that the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, rich people live on a different level, anyway.
That's
so
what I'm
what does
saying,
that
'cause
even?
When you hear arrested, it's like, oh yeah, he like behind bars. But when you kind of look into it, it's like maybe he's just being questioned and like
Yeah.
he's in
Right, yeah,
holding
nah, he's
kind
not
of.
arrested.
So I don't really know.
He could probably leave if he wants.
But it says exactly, but you want to cooperate to prove. Like I don't really know what you're talking about. So
Right.
I'm sure he went willingly, and I'm sure the story is developing because this literally just happened like not too long ago. But it says in connection to a shooting in 2021. Let me see if they have a little bit more about the story. Yeah, I was like, I read a little bit about it, but it was kind of weird. It says he's being questioned for his possible involvement in the November 6th shooting in Hollywood. The victim told police that Rocky and two people approached him with a handgun while he was walking on the street. And it says the victim said Rocky shot at him 3 or 4 times and the bullet grazed his left hand. And that's what the police report said.
What?
Is that not crazy? Like, you can arrest me for this?
Nah, yeah, maybe they can't. I don't think they. I feel like he's not arrested yet.
Yeah.
They need to have like real evidence to arrest someone like that on.
He's like, no, it was ASAP Rocky. I know for sure it was Rocky. Like, what was is it intent? Like, doesn't he have to have intent? Or like, why would he just come up to you and start shooting?
That's what I'll be thinking too. Like, why?
He's a millionaire. He's not like he was trying to
Exactly.
rob you.
And
Mhm.
bro, November of 2021 was 6 months
Recently.
ago. Yeah, so like,
He was
That's-
deep in some Rihanna.
what, bro? Why would he put himself in that situation? I don't
Hopefully he
believe
just
it,
has
bro.
an alibi like for that day. Like honestly, I was here. Like my girl could speak to it. But like I said, it's still developing. It's weird.
Watch. We find out he wasn't even in the country or something.
So I don't know. It's definitely like a smut campaign, a smear campaign on ASAP.
Has to be.
Nah, yeah, some suspicious. I can't say that word right now.
I
Suspicious.
definitely don't see ASAP doing that. What the heck?
It did come out too that the rumors about him cheating were fake. How do y'all feel about that?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
What's
know
going
if we
on,
ever
bro?
touched on that.
I think it happened literally probably right after our last episode.
Mm.
I don't know, bro. Something's weird is going on.
Bro, I just hate the way that information spreads so fast right now. Good or bad, like it just spreads. Everybody just wants to spread it. People were making think pieces and if ASAP can cheat on Rihanna, then no girl's safe. And I'm like, we don't even know if this is real. Like, why would he cheat on her?
Like they be quick to jump.
So I don't know. I just hate the fact that stuff spreads so fast.
Yeah.
That's our life. Stuff is live nowadays.
Live. It's only gonna get worse though. Because people don't read their sources.
No, exactly.
And people don't know how to read their sources, I feel like.
Well, and it's also weird because people be acting like they know these celebrities and stuff like that. That's weird to me.
It's like, that's not even a verified source, dude. That's literally your brother who
Bro,
said
that's
that.
wild that these celebrities have people just looking at
Just
their
tuning
every
in.
move.
He unfollowed this person.
Like they're watching them.
Nicki unfollowed Meg Thee Stallion.
They're watching them closer than they watch themselves.
It's crazy. Like, damn, I didn't even know she unfollowed me. Thanks for letting me know. It's official. They broke up because Drake unfollowed such and such. Like, damn, they be on it.
Like, damn, did I wash my hands? Nah, you didn't wash your hands. Go wash your hands. Oh, dang, my bad. Thanks.
I don't know. It's like you signed up for that. I don't know.
Right.
But to a certain extent, I did see. I think I was watching Snoop Dogg on Drink Champs. I think, and they were just talking about like the development of how like it from the selfie and the phones and stuff. I don't know if it was Snoop Dogg, but he was just like, at first they would at least come and ask you and be all timid, like, "Hey man, you mind if I like get a selfie?" Or no, it was I'm pretty sure it was 85 South show. And then it was like, it kind of like developed, and Chico Bean was talking about it. It was like, yeah, they're being nice. And then now they just like, hey, what's up? I'm with my nigga DC, Chico. Like, look, Chico. And like now people are just so rude and intrusive and like don't care about anyone's personal space, or like they feel like they're so close to you right now because they feel like they know you just from your social. Like people would never do that to you back in the day. Like people are just losing all kinds of like sensibilities, I feel like.
And then going back to what you were saying about how information spreads, you were saying like all these like meme accounts are coming in and just
taking over,
basically showing that it could happen. Like you could post whatever, and if it catches traction, like people are gonna believe whatever. It's really crazy. We live in a day and age of information, and it's all information,
and it's all misinformation.
Yeah,
exactly. Fake news, real news, kind of fake, kind of real.
And it's weird because the weirdest thing is how they can. Kind of. So what they try and do even with the coronavirus stuff and COVID, whenever you mention anything about COVID on Instagram, they flag it. And they're like, if you want to know like the real facts or like real information on COVID, click here. And it kind of helps like stop the misinformation. But it's like, that's their way of at least trying to spread real information. But it's crazy that they could just put that in like an algorithm. Literally, if you put anything coronavirus, it'll flag it, and when people watch it, it'll show like they'll click here for real information about coronavirus and stuff like that.
And then someone on the other side would say, well, what if they're just trying to control the narrative?
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it though. I was like, man, it's like, are they spreading the real information?
But it just takes
or
you
they're
to
just
Google.
Spreading their.
What if it just takes you to Google and it takes you to like?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
it's
no,
like,
yeah.
Who do you trust? How are things verified nowadays? Like in the library, everything, the authors published, had to go through editorials, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Boom, it's on the shelf. Okay, yep, these are facts. But now it's like Google, this was updated 12 hours ago.
Kind of, but like from the verified sources, but it's like too there's like Instagram doctors and TikTok doctors and stuff now, so people don't even like be taking them serious. It's just like a whole cluster.
Well, and also I guess it depends, because a lot of people have questions against like systems now, like the overall system. So like usually you'd probably think like anything that's like a .org or something like that would be like a reliable source, but nowadays people question all sort of like systems But before it, like we had technology and information like this, people just were forced to listen to this. So it's like it's interesting to see the shift because I agree. It's like some part you're like, have they been lying to us this whole time? But then on the other side, you're like, maybe they have been telling us the truth. It's tough to say, bro.
True.
But I also think now it's just anyone that has followers has an opinion on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
And they have an audience. Like,
go for Joe Rogan, for example. People take him and his takes on like his podcast like really serious and what he says and who he has on. And it's like, that's how people get their information. It's because people are literally going to Joe Rogan, a comedian, just to get their political views and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Their ideologies. No, that's true. Like he's like, that's like, you always bring up Scientology, but like literally it's like a cult. People are follow you like a cult. I'm glad you brought up Joe Rogan. I think he is on Mike Tyson's show. Mike Tyson's been kind of going crazy with the guests lately.
I think Mike Tyson was just on Joe Rogan.
Really? Yeah. I know Joe Rogan, he's like shadow banned right now. So like all his stuff is only on Spotify too. So I don't never see his clips no more. But Mike Tyson, he's been having some pretty good guests. And I think recently Joe Rogan was on there. So I'm definitely going to tune in for that. I think it's called Hot Boxing.
I'm already subscribed.
I seen like Gillian Wallow were on there recently. Kevin Hart, somebody else. He's pretty good.
He's had a lot of people, of good people in all of his seasons though.
And Mike always just has an interesting conversation. Like, and the way he takes it, he be going to the craziest places. But he was listening to Kevin Hart tell a story about like how his mom is like his influence and stuff. This fool Mike started crying.
Bro,
he said, "Dang, you got me over here crying shit." He said, "Dang, Mike, my bad. I ain't know."
Yo, that's dope though to be able to be vulnerable like that in real life. Yeah,
he just like, I feel like he's at a point in his life where he really is just like free. Like he's on some Kanye type, just go with the wind.
Well, we've seen
in his own way.
Like, we've seen his like big personality in the past and like how people would react to it. But now I feel like people are more understanding for
why. Because we know his story too and how he was like trained to be just like a killer, bro.
For real.
And he's like, you could be programmed to do anything. And he was just so caught up in just being that. Like, but then to see the transition and to see him come out of it, I heard Charlamagne say this earlier. We're getting to Pusha T here soon, but he was interviewing Pusha T. And Push was like, we don't usually see our like idols have this great transition. Like usually they're here and then gone, or, you know, whether it's rappers, athletes, like they usually have a shelf life of 10 years. This is the first time we actually see 40 and 50-year-olds like at the top of the game. Like Kanye just became a billionaire. Jay-Z's still out here doing his thing with Beyonce. I'm stoked for Push's album, but like, this is the first time you could see in real time our blacks aging gracefully. So it's like, it's a beautiful time, man. It's great. I guess this is pretty good, big news. Did you guys hear about officially ended the transportation federal mask mandate? I seen like it was a video and the pilot was like, making an announcement. He was like, "Are you guys ready for this? The biggest announcement of your life. You can officially take off your mask." And everybody was like, "Oh," and like started clapping and stuff. What? But they made like a huge deal out of it. But a lot of people took their mask off and was like, "Yeah," and was proud about it. What are you guys' thoughts? And I mean, I feel like it was only a matter of time because a lot of stuff is starting to ease up and start opening. I seen Australia just open back up. Like, bro, nobody's coming there. But a lot of stuff is starting to open up, so it's only a matter of time. But how do you guys feel about the mask mandate federally being retracted?
I mean, to each their own, so I think it's cool. Yeah, I don't like how they're like, basically nobody likes being forced to do anything. So if I want to wear a mask, I'll go wear a mask.
It's like you have the choice now.
And I'm protecting myself. It's not like me wearing a mask and you not wearing a mask. Basically, it's like me trying to tell you to put on a suntan lotion so I don't get sunburn. It doesn't work.
I see what you're saying.
Like, so I'm gonna protect myself. Worry about yourself.
I mean, I agree. Like, I think for me, I feel like at some point you got to get back to normal. I mean, clearly it's not going to go anywhere, so we got to just let it get back to somewhat normalcy. And then, yeah, I'll probably be a person that carries a mask for sure. And if I'm next to someone on an airplane, like, where maybe I don't feel too
Especially
comfortable.
if I don't know you,
Like,
you're not in the group.
yeah, like, who are you? I might have to throw my mask on or something, you know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I like that. Like, it's optional. But, like, I get why they had to make it federally legal, because if they didn't, like, people probably wouldn't wear their mask on the plane. And, like, we know that's, like, one of the worst places of where the virus can, like, transport, like, cruises, and, like, because it's such an enclosed space for so long. So it's like if they didn't do it, even, like, it's still mandated and people still get in trouble and kicked off the plane for it. So imagine if, like, it was optional, then the virus would probably been around for a lot longer. But, like, the fact that it is optional, I think that just gives people ease. But I did see a lot of people like, nah, I'm still wearing my mask, and nah, my mask's not coming off, and all this other stuff. So, like, I get it. Like you said, if I'm with a group I'm not uncomfortable with, I'm definitely probably
For real.
throw that thing on.
Nah, yeah, I'm definitely masked up
But I'm
until
still,
I feel comfortable, and then I'm like, all right, yeah, let me sneak it down. All right, we good.
I got
still
some snacks.
curious how, like, everyone's going to react to it, though. Because, you know, people are just weird, bro. And they'll be upset because someone's doing something different. Like, why are you wearing your mask? Or maybe someone the opposite, like, put on a mask. And it's
Like, that doesn't mean shit, man, just because it's legal now.
And it's crazy, too, because it became so politicized. It was like, it was the topic of conversation. People really worried their lives about, like, if someone was wearing a mask or not. It's kind of crazy.
We're going to look back on this like it was a crazy time. But
Mask was a debate.
people was hoarding masks. Niggas was making masks out of anything. The bandana mask. Oh, man. But what's funny is a lot of, like, we all travel, like, we're all travelers. A lot of people already wore masks before, and we used to look at them like, why are they wearing masks? But nah, they were, like, ahead of the times. Like, you
For real.
fuckers are nasty.
Like, welcome to the party.
Exactly. I used to see people wear masks like, oh, they are.
I always wanted to be one of those people that, like, dang, I want to wear a mask right now. Now I could be that person. Nobody really care.
Nah, there's probably still going to be a lot of people. On an airplane, I probably still will.
I'm thinking it's going to be like 50-50 probably.
I just bought some cool masks the other day, like with some cool print on them.
And the other thing, too, about airports is just people are coming from everywhere. That's the other thing.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, we about to hit that Rolling Loud, and everyone's leaving with what's the new strain?
Nah, bro.
What they call it?
I don't even
It's not
know.
exactly.
Like
it's not
XM something.
exactly. I can't keep up no more. I know it's not the beta no more, but whatever it is, I know it's about to be rampant.
Crazy.
At that.
I think Twitter said
Miami.
this. Someone on Twitter, they said the multiverse came out. Marvel also on all these variants for COVID.
Exactly. Like, bro, something's up. They play. That's why I don't believe in this life, bro. This is weird. Life is weird. Let's get into this. There's a few things I want to touch on real quick, but it's not super important. Nothing too big happened. So we can get into an old game of news or nothing. You know, it's been a little minute since we hit the news or nothing. Let's see if I can find some good music.
Wait.
News Today music. They
Wait,
brought me to Lil Durk.
You listen to too much Lil Durk.
But yeah, all right. How this works is we'll get into a couple quick topics, and we'll kind of run down the headlines, and we'll try and keep it brief, but we'll basically discuss if this topic is news or nothing. Welcome back to another episode of News or Nothing, where we hit you with some quick hitters and you let us know if this is big news or no news at all. I'm your host, Dan Lamb, Cherry. And I'm here with the posse. So we kind of like watched a little bit more of this in context, but I know you guys seen Kaepernick trending this weekend. And I feel like every 2 years he consistently, it's always like every year and a half, Kaepernick gonna throw his hat back in there. But basically he's saying he's still training, he's still ready, and he still wants to play. Is kind of what I took from it.
Okay. So, yeah, if I have to come in as a backup, that's
Carmelo Anthony.
come in as a again.
Carmelo Anthony, NBA. Can Carmelo Anthony go from being Carmelo Anthony and being coming off the bench? Can he take league minimum, right? Are you willing to do what Carmelo Anthony did? If an opportunity presented itself today and they said, we want to bring you in as the backup, would you take that?
Yeah.
You'll take that. If an
'Cause
opportunity.
I know I have to find my way back in. Okay. So, yeah, if I have to come in as a backup, that's fine. But that's not where I'm staying. And when I prove that I'm a starter, I want to be able to step on the field as such. I just need that opportunity to walk through the door.
Right.
No teams brought me in for a workout. No
Yeah,
team
why you
is-
sound
is
so
brought me in
sad.
for,
It's
for
like,
an
damn.
opportunity. I had the one meeting with
I mean, it
Seattle in
is sad, though.
2017. And out of that, Pete Carroll said, hey, he's a starter. We have a starter. And, you know, things moved on from there. But they don't have a starter right now.
So.
Drew Lock. Colin Kaepernick says he's willing to be a backup and he's still NFL ready. Is this news or is this nothing?
This is news. Old news, though.
Give me more. Why?
Like you said, he reappears every 2 years. It's the same thing. It's like he's ready. We know he's ready. Teams don't want him. We don't know why. Is this gonna be the year? Is the league soft enough?
It sounds like nothing to me. If it's old news, it's like,
I mean, but he has some good points in that video, like end racism, like what y'all was afraid of. The league is full
Embracing
of now.
now.
So what's the problem?
oh, they're
now?
trying to put them dollars behind it because everything is marketable. Everything is marketing.
Yeah.
So I
now
felt that.
what?
Nah, I was kind of on the fence too, because it's also like, it's been what, 6 years now? How long has it been?
Since
5?
what?
Since he hasn't played?
Oh yeah, she said 16, 17, I think. So yeah, about
Yeah.
5-6 years.
Okay, so I mean, if they haven't yet, and this is something we know he's been striving for, it seems like it has been a repetitive thing, and we don't know why, like you said, that they're not allowing him. But then some things I thought about too, I'm like, well, he's 34, so how much longer does he have to really try?
But it's
But-
crazy because a lot of quarterbacks are playing later, and like we got Russ, and he's 33, and people are like he's prime.
I think he's
Prime.
36.
Russell Wilson.
Is he? Or is he 33?
I don't know.
Damn, if he's 36, that's even the more case. Like
Oh, yeah.
people are playing later into their careers.
No,
Nah,
for
he's
sure. But
he's
then
36.
the other thing
Rodgers
I did
wanna
agree with
play a
him with,
little
though,
later.
it makes sense if they're talking about billion-dollar companies, because he brought that up. B. Marshall asked him, and I mean, it would make sense because you're gonna get a lot of people that will come in and support the NFL now. The ratings would probably go up. I would think.
Especially if you're not a good team like Seattle. I'm like, they're kind of tanking. They got rid of Bobby Wagner. They got rid of their franchise quarterback. They don't really have much to lose. So why not bring in a guy like Cap who can really put eyes on the franchise? And they're right there by Nike. Like,
Or even maybe Atlanta. Who's Atlanta got?
I think Marcus Mariota right now. I think they might be looking at Baker. I think Baker is looking at Carolina Panthers too.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a few teams who could use quarterbacks. Like that's what they're saying. Like there's 32 teams. Each team usually has 3 quarterbacks. He's definitely a top 90 quarterback in the NFL. He should be on somebody's roster.
How old is he?
34.
How old
Yeah.
is Russ?
33.
So yeah, they're
He'll
around
be
the same age.
34 this year.
They're around the same age, and we say Russ is in his prime, so it's still there. But he has to go now. But I think he gave some good points, of course, and he's always gonna be Kaepernick. But I think it's nothing because he hasn't changed his base. He's always said these same things. he's been training, and like he pops up and wants to do this every year, but nobody wants to reach out to him. So like, as sad as it is, I think he might have lost his. I don't think he's coming back. Basically, I think it's good. I'm loving he's doing sit downs and being more personable, but I think his time in the NFL is over. I don't think nobody's gonna pick him up, and if they do, it's gonna like, boy, the internet is gonna go crazy. But I unfortunately do think Callan's time has come and gone. And if somebody does sign him, it might be like a Cam Newton type deal where it's like a few games at the end of the season, or like it's not going to be like a full. You have
a real chance.
Yeah, he's not going to have a full shot, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see what team would want him right now.
All right, good stuff, guys. Next up, we have Netflix, one of our favorites. It says Netflix reportedly lost 200K subscribers in the first quarter, which is the first quarter of the year, first, 3 months? 200K subscribers in the first quarter, and expects to lose 2 million more this spring. And shares fell 17% after hours, Cultural Millennials post. Is this news or nothing? Netflix losing 200K in the first quarter.
News for sure. Definitely news. Because one of our episodes earlier when we started the second season, was they were like the top streaming service.
Yep.
So for them to lose so much, it kind of makes sense though. I was talking to someone earlier about this, and to me it makes sense because all these other streaming platforms are catching up where they had rights or have rights to a lot of the shows Netflix used to have. And Netflix was like the pioneers of all this, right? So now it's catching up and people are having control over their stuff, and they only have like their originals and
But there might have been a little
yeah.
bit too late to the original game now, because they're like, I mean, it's never too late, but like, yeah, what do you think, Wax? I'll wait on my opinion.
It's definitely news, and I think with any like downfall, there's a revamping or a reshaping, and I think Netflix is gonna bounce back, and I think it is gonna have to be like their own stuff that they come out with.
They're gonna have to go crazy with
yeah,
the
they're gonna have
originals.
to come out with some heat, and that's how all these platforms are at this point. It's
Yeah.
like who got the most heat right now?
They're competing for originals.
Exactly.
So you're right. I definitely think this is news. You're right. I think you brought up a great point. Netflix is like the pioneer, but a lot of times when you are the pioneer, you're like usually like hesitant to change because everything's worked for you so well. You don't like want to change it up and lose your fan base. But it kind of sucks for Netflix because they were that hub that kind of like just had this show from this place, and then they had this show from this place, and it was kind of like they just had a whole bunch of like everything. But like you said, now people are taking their rights back, and they're like, damn, Netflix is like, damn, we don't own this. We don't own this. This is Paramount. So it's like, damn, it kind of leaves them in that tough spot. And luckily they do have a few heat like originals. Let's not act like Netflix don't have no heat.
But every streaming
has a
platform,
few
right?
heat. Yeah,
exactly.
for sure, that competes, like go bang to bang. So, and honestly, Netflix has Stranger Things, Ozarks. Not too many more other than that. Like,
No, they have some cool stuff I can think of, like because Castlevania, the anime is dope.
I mean, Black Mirror, but I mean,
Black Mirror.
come on, that was 2016.
I'd have to look, but I feel like they have some more stuff. I keep hearing people saying The Last Kingdom's really good. I might give it a chance. Everyone I heard, NBA players saying it, just other.
It's an original?
Yeah, it's original. I might give that a chance. What?
I'm trying to, why?
Oh, what's that animated one? That shit's funny.
Death Robots, Love Death Robots,
that
or
one's
something
dope
like
too.
that.
That one's dope too. But I was thinking about like it's like the little kids, and it's like the
one
Big Mouth. Big
okay.
Mouth. Yeah.
That's an original?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do got a few
Yeah.
hangers, because I know Big Mouth is huge. So I mean, I'm not shitting on them, but like you said, everyone has a few, and now everyone knows like they have to do originals. So like HBO is only gonna do originals. Like everyone is only gonna do originals because that's like we got Bel Air was a NBC Peacock original. It didn't even air on TV. It like was strictly for the streaming service. And I think that's where we're going. But with these 200K subscribers leaving, that means I think they don't just like stop subscribing and stop watching. They go somewhere else. So I wonder where they're going or what they're doing with their subscriptions to where they're not watching Netflix anymore. You know, are they going to other services? Are they just leaving their streamings altogether?
You want to know what I think?
Back to cable?
What streaming services need to do is find a way to get like more in a social aspect, because I think the hard part with a lot of these streaming services that have been around for a while is they have so much content. Example, Netflix, that sometimes it could be hard to find.
It gets
something.
drowned out.
Yeah, or even Prime. Prime's the worst to try to find something. You know what I mean? But I think that's where they should like make it more social, where people like you can maybe follow people and see what they're watching, so you kind of always have a list of what's maybe good. You know what I mean? So like I think that'd be pretty dope.
Like Apple Music has. Like your friends
Exactly.
are listening.
Or like a
Exactly.
spotlight.
Exactly. And then you even with that, you can see what your friends were listening to, what were the features. Like start making it more marketable to people to find like these hidden gems, because I'm sure there's probably a ton of good movies on Netflix that we've never watched because we just don't know they're there.
Facts. And then I finally find something good, and I'm like, well, damn, this is 2017.
Exactly.
Where is this at?
And then that one time you watch like a random movie, just try it out. Then they like messes up your whole interest, and then they start suggesting
Your
movies
whole
like
algorithm.
it. I'm like, bro, hold on, that movie was trash.
I did not like that.
I feel like Netflix used to be like you could like what you just watched or dislike,
I feel like I
They took
I
that
remember
away.
that.
or they had that little thing where you could like, oh, I like this movie, I like this, and then they'll suggest a movie.
They might still have it though.
Maybe.
I just don't be on there as much.
I feel like Netflix took a lot of stuff away.
Yeah. But they also started with like sending DVDs out physically and stuff. So they honestly weren't even a streaming service. And then they like had to switch to that, because they used to like, I remember my mom used to get DVDs to her house, and you
Right.
could like pick 2 or 3 at a time and mail them back. And
Same.
that was like a whole huge deal. Like, dang, we could pick whatever movies we want.
Pretty sure they even have a game one too at one point.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
And I feel like Netflix ended up buying them, but I'm surprised they didn't last that long. The game one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot.
I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, me either. But the commercials were always on.
But I think also it's how much can people watch? There's so many different streaming services, and I think people you'll probably see a flux. I'm sure all of them do, because some people will probably like, oh, I'll go this month with this one. I'm gonna watch
Exactly.
this. This month I'm gonna check this
With
one
Stars,
out. Yeah.
when it's 50 Cent season, because I heard he's about to be out for 6 months, so they'll probably like lose a lot of subscriptions, I'm sure. But also, I was hearing with Netflix, they're cracking down on you being able to share your password, and I heard they're like going up in price still. So like
No, they haven't.
they got to do something. They got to
No,
figure
yeah.
something out.
For sure, like mine, if there's 2 people, have you ever had that? Like, there's 2 people already on your account.
It boots you off.
It'll tell you that the 2 people that are on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you could have your separate accounts and 2 people just can't be on one account,
At the same time.
that's
yeah.
stupid. So you got like, hey, you got to go to dad's because I'm gonna be on mom's.
No, well, it'll allow up to 2 screens.
Well, yeah, but still,
Yeah.
if you have 3, you like,
Exactly.
that's stupid. That's childish.
Thankfully, I don't really be watching Netflix like that.
That's crazy. They could do that though. Like, nah, we could have been doing this, but we was being nice.
For real.
Let's keep it moving though. That's funny. Should we though? I mean, we always talk about this. Yeah, we'll save it. That's Jerry West. We always talk about this too, about how shows, documentaries can negatively portray people or put them in a certain light, and we always wonder how that person feels about it and like what they can do about it. I think that was literally my question. Like, but like, what can they do? Like, well, Winning Time, one of our favorite shows on HBO, has recently been getting a lot of criticism from the people it's been portraying. This last episode had Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Bro, this shit
Mike
is so
Epps.
good, bro. It's so good. They showed Paula Abdul as
At
one of
one
like
point,
the
yeah.
first Laker
I
girls.
bet she'll come back at some point.
Yeah, like just the little keys. They showed Kobe, of course, but Jerry West is one of the main characters, and his character is awesome. I love his character.
Bro, me too. I was gonna say that. Like I don't think he's portrayed that bad.
I just think he's intense. Like he's
Yeah.
a player, coach, and like he cares about
I mean,
basketball.
he's the logo.
Exactly, for a
Like, bro,
reason.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, clearly he was upset about it. So Jerry West and his team and lawyers, they demanded a retraction for deliberately false portraying his character in the show Winning
what does
Time.
that even mean, a retraction?
And that's what I was wondering too. And I think it just means like a statement that basically just blanketly says this is not true.
They do in the beginning.
And that's the thing. Like they give it at the beginning and at the end. Like
Yeah.
this can be this is highly dramatized, and this is fantasy, and it's mostly just like story. A lot of the names were changed and things like that. But a lot of that stuff was real. Do you remember when they brought up Hayward's girl, and it was like future Mrs. Bowie? And I was
Yeah.
like, who was that? I looked
And then
her
I
up.
looked. Yeah, I was like, David Bowie.
David
what?
Bowie, and it was a Somali woman that he was married to, and it looked kind of like her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they stayed married until David Bowie passed, is what I read. So like they have little hints and like stuff that is really real. That's why it's hard for me to not believe in a lot of this stuff, because they're doing a pretty good job of like keeping stuff in factual order. Like I said, they brought up the Richard Pryor and how he was kind of just walking around. I don't know if you realize, but you remember they were talking about wanting to be one of the first stadiums who bring artists and have concerts at their same arena. And then in one of the episodes, the game was the next night, but the first night was a Jackson 5 concert. So like they're already showing like the change and like them starting to get popular. It's so good. But yeah, clearly Jerry West, he's like one of the more angrier characters in it. I like his character, but clearly he's pissed about it, and it looks like he might be trying to claim some defamation.
Yeah, because he wants them to retract it, meaning they got to undo it, take it away, which they're not going to do. But you have to file that before you can file a defamation suit. So he's definitely going for defamation, because obviously they're not going to retract it.
Right. It's already out at this point.
Right. But, yeah.
And that shit's a hit right now.
Yeah.
If it's still on news or nothing, this is I'm gonna give it news. This is baby news, but I don't think none's gonna come from it, to be honest with me.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm going to say it's nothing, because Magic was mad, but he didn't take it that far. Jerry West is like, oh, I'm going to take it to court. Ain't nothing. It's going to be the same thing. I was like, bruh, it's not real. Relax.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's not real. You're all right.
It says Winning Time was recently renewed for a second season. So I think that's huge. But like,
That is huge.
are they gonna like shy away from Jerry West now because they know he's pissed, or they're like, nah, we got to go harder. They like Jerry West said the series has caused great distress to Jerry and his family.
Bro, the way they portray him to me is passionate, though.
It's human. Like,
Yeah, like he's passionate about the Lakers basketball being great. He wanted to be the greatest at what he wanted to do. I don't think maybe at the beginning they had him drinking a little bit. Now we don't really see him doing anything anyway.
Nah, he always is pissed. He didn't want to go into the Boston game, so he stayed in the car. And he was like, I'm not going to listen to it. And he kept turning it on. He just was cursing the whole time.
But because he cares.
Yeah, no, it was like, I think he's dope. But I just want to see how he falls out with the whole organization, because he eventually, right now he's with Golden State. So he ends up leaving and like ends up building something else somewhere else. So I'm just all hands on. I think they're going to end it probably with that season is kind of
When they
what
win
I'm
the
getting from it.
championship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Magic had to like start at center and stuff like that. But I always wonder like how far can they go with this? And I watched the first episode again today, and the first episode starts with him like, it's a 91 and he's like in the doctor's office. I don't know if you remember. And he's like looking at the magazine. It has like Michael Jordan on it. So it's like clearly later in the time. And I think that's when he like finds out he has AIDS or HIV.
They show a snippet of that?
in the first episode. You got to rewatch it. And then it like flashes back to like all the way him being in college. So like forwards, and he's like in a suit. He's all like clean shaven and stuff. And you can kind of tell he's kind of depressed and down, but they don't show why. But they're like, he's like in a doctor's office, so you kind of know why. But then it like flashes and it goes back to him being in college again.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't remember that. I'm gonna
Me
rewatch
either
it.
too much. So I was like, oh damn, that was interesting. So they could play it all the way, and it's like all about Magic. But like you said, everyone's been pissed about it. Kareem sent out something in his blog. Magic said something about it. I think, Quincy Isaiah, which is the guy who plays Magic, said something about it recently too. And I actually like what he said about it. Let me see if I could pull it up for us. Quincy Isaiah, the actor that portrays Magic in the Winning Time series, he says, I think he bumped into TMZ like randomly outside. He says, at the beginning and end of every episode, it says, this is a dramatization. We take real facts that happen and we make it good for TV. He's like, Magic, man, I love you, dude. You literally lived an incredible life just so I could. He said, I'm getting into an Escalade because he lived an incredible life. He said, I have nothing but love and respect for that man. So it sounds like he's showing them love despite, but like everybody who they're portraying, Kareem was kind of upset about it. Magic showed his frustration, and now Jerry West. I think it's not necessarily news yet because we don't know what comes from it, but I think it can be news if like they do actually win for like some type of defamation case or something like that, because then other people are going to start like, it's just going to be a trickle down, because Kanye wasn't totally happy about the way they portrayed his documentary, and then what's going to happen to the next person, and it's just going to be like a whole thing. So,
But you know what's crazy
in
is
this sensitive age too, like it could start something bad.
I think Kanye has more of an argument though than this other show. Winning Time isn't really like a documentary or a docu-series or anything like that. It's literally just a TV show.
That's true. That is true.
But Kanye West documentary is Kanye. There's no actors. It's Kanye. It's footage of Kanye.
Exactly.
So he's defamating himself.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, it's you.
Only thing he
But
got. The only argument he has is why y'all put the footage together like that.
There's clips of him. Watch you clip him like that. And maybe like the narration can be like misleading, but like I said, it's a slippery slope. So if one person win for this, then it's like, maybe I'll try and maybe I can win for this, or I don't know. It's interesting. I just thought it was interesting it went that far. And I think for it to be such a good show, it sucks that they all hate it.
I know,
especially me being such a big Laker fan. Like, it sucks.
Maybe it'll bring awareness to the people watching the film. Like, all right, I know this ain't real, because most people probably not even reading that little dramatization, or they probably don't even know what that means. They're like, okay,
90% of people
just show the show.
Are like, yo, this is definitely what happened. Because you watch it, it's good, bro. But like us, like just knowing the Hollywood game, like probably a lot of that stuff is definitely fabricated. I'm sure. Even I think we talked about it. Like it starts with Storm and Norman, like getting a pedicure and like getting this like pampered. He's like, bro, I would never do that. He said, why they got me in there looking like that? So like they just try to add a little spin on it. Like it's good. It's good TV.
I feel like they were trying to stir him up on purpose. Like, this is gonna be good publicity.
True too.
Like to get them to talk about, we got Jerry West.
But also, you know how stories spread too. Like a story becomes a story, becomes a story. Like stories spread like fire. So like it could be like a real thing that just kind of like got blown out of proportion, or one thing or another. But it's super good, man. I'm gonna keep watching it. Fuck that.
Now I'm gonna really watch it because I want to see like how bad are they portraying these people that they're that mad.
I think it's good.
Me too. Coachella was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is still news or nothing or not, but we could talk about it. I heard Coachella was kind of poop this year, though.
There's a lot of artists there, but
they lost Kanye, and I seen something that said like ticket sales were down 30% or something like that. And I don't think they sold out. Also seen Kanye was supposed to make like $6 million or something from the show. He pulled out. They replaced him with Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd. And
Wanted the same.
yeah, they were trying to like give him like half or lowball it, but Weeknd demanded the same pay that Kanye took. So I thought that was like an interesting thing in together.
Yeah.
But I heard Coachella wasn't that great this year. Like it's still Coachella, so like it's Coachella, but like I don't know, people is kind of off Coachella.
Yeah.
Well, there's other festivals now.
Yeah, like they're not like 101 anymore.
For a while, it was kind of like Coachella was like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That it was a festival. Yeah. Now there's all kind of festivals.
There's
You
so many festivals.
got Dreamville Festival, the Tyler
Bro,
Festival.
there's so many random festivals.
Rolling
You would
Loud.
be surprised. You're like, dang, whose festival is that? Like
Trav was doing a bunch of festivals.
Yeah, man, there's so many festivals. There's like R&B festivals. I always see people posting like,
Well, Trav performed at Coachella after party.
did he? I missed
He
that.
did, yeah.
Because Kanye said he was going to bring Travis Scott. Well, Travis Scott was initially supposed to be on the bill. They took him off after the Astroworld stuff, right?
Right.
And then Kanye was like, I'm going to still bring him out because that's my brother. But then Kanye backed out. But I missed the after show.
It was like an after party. I forgot who threw the after party, but yeah, it was like 3:00 in the morning. He showed up, performed, did like a couple songs, and I guess he got a song coming out.
He has an album coming out soon. It was supposed to be called Utopia. He renamed it to Heal or something like that. Like I can't remember, but I know it's like in the works. So
No, I think he has a single dropping soon though.
this could be like the best year ever, bro, for music.
I think it's Future.
Travis and Future.
I think so.
Future has an album. You sure it's not for his?
Now that's what I was thinking when they announced it, and I was like, maybe they're working on something together for Future's album. And Travis was like, "Fuck it, let me just drop this one." So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
up
people got to
front.
get their music out now because it's gonna be clouded.
Bro, it's already crowded.
Um,
It's already it's crazy.
our homie Isaiah Rashad was there though. You sent it to us. I know you seen it. Did you guys?
Yeah.
Were you guys able to see his little montage and how he kind of addressed his whole situation?
Yeah, I watched it.
How do y'all feel he handled everything?
I feel like he put it all on the table. He put it out there. It's there. It's here to stay. I'm here to stay. I'm gonna keep doing this, and here I am.
I'd be curious to know what he said after, or if he even said anything, because really, people kind of spoke for him. He just highlighted what other people were saying, probably things he agreed with.
Exactly. And honestly,
Right.
I was kind of watching it. He didn't say. He just started rapping.
Okay.
Like he just got into the set, and then he's. I think this might be it because like in the middle of one of his sets, he was like, "I appreciate the love. I've been seeing all the love messages." He was like, "Y'all for real kept me alive these past month or two." Like, and then he just kind of kept in music.
That way, that shit don't make me feel like less of a man. Like, nigga, I'm operating how I operate.
But he also doesn't have to explain himself either.
Not at all.
Having a great impact on you positively. Depending on how
He did it in an artist way.
It depends on how he responds to it.
Nah, you said, "Fuck it, let's get into some songs."
Hey, we work to work, you late to work. And maybe he go a different way. So
No, man, I loved it. I loved how he put it all out there. Like you said, he doesn't have to explain himself, first of all, but I love how he at least just like owned it. Like he was like, yeah, well, fuck it. That's what happened. It's good to see he's healthy. It looks like he's still in a good state of mind. He brought out this girl, Doechii, who's now signed to TDE, but one of his good friends. So it looks like he still has like his support team with him. And it's good to see he didn't let that kill him. Cause like, if for one, like if that's what you like to do, like fuck everybody else. But for two, like that would be a stupid reason to, or not a stupid, but it would be like a silly reason for us to lose this great of an artist. Like we love Isaiah Rashad, so it'll hurt me for sure. I don't know about y'all.
Nah, for sure. And also, like, he probably just does have a good supporting cast because they probably knew before, bro. I mean, if you around someone like that, you don't think so?
I don't know. We talked about Gerard Carmichael. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch that
oh,
yet.
Yeah, I did.
but
Yeah.
You watched it?
Just the Saturday.
Night Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet. But like he kind of went his whole like nobody really even knew. I feel like there's so many people like kind of still in the closet.
True. You
But
probably
maybe
right.
he did. Like I don't know. I don't know. I can't assume. So I don't know.
Nah, but at the end of the day, he don't have to explain himself to no one. Just
Yeah,
be your
nah.
own man.
That was probably one of the more highlights I seen of Coachella. I seen Meg was there. She did her thing. It looked like it was a big moment for her. Weekend, I seen some of his clips. Looked all right. Gave us some Weekend vibes. But it definitely got me excited for Rolling Loud. I just hope Kanye, like they've been saying he's been like canceling a lot of stuff. So I'm like,
Cancel.
I'm like, he can't cancel Rolling Loud though, because that's where all his young boys gonna be at. That's like Fabio gonna, Future gonna be there. He be trying to be outside. I feel like he knows that one's for the culture.
He's probably just saving it for that.
Hopefully.
Bro, Rolling Loud is
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
legendary already. Is Pusha T on the lineup?
I'm about to look. I think I have one more for news or nothing. Oh yeah. This can lead us into the music section. Officially, we've been waiting, 6 years, 7 years, 5 years? I don't know. I thought it was a joke when I seen it.
5 years. It's been 5 years.
It's 2017.
Yeah, I thought it was like misinterpreted.
Yeah, I was like, man, we not getting.
I was like,
an
that's
album.
not Kendrick.
We're not getting no Kendrick album, but it looks like Kendrick Lamar announced a new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I don't have my applause, so I'm just gonna give you some air horns.
Lit. Excited.
He gave us a date too, though, so it's like he's
Oh, yeah,
ready.
bro, that's my birthday's about to be lit. That's basically my
12th.
birthday. Yeah, it's the 13th, but that night, 10 o'clock, lit.
For real.
Did you guys see how he kind of went about like coming back or the reveal on Twitter? Twitter's the best. I keep telling people Twitter's the fastest source of information, and people be like laughing at me, but Twitter is literally yeah. Somebody on Twitter, February 13th of 2021, I think. I don't know if it was this year. Maybe it was. But he was like, Kendrick Lamar is officially retired. Got like
Gave the link.
got like 80K likes. This was like I said, over a year ago, bro. This fool retweeted it and just gave his link to his website. And then he gave a statement. I think he was saying basically all updates about Kendrick and his album will be through his website, pretty much. But he did give us a date, May 13th. I thought that was great. I hate when artists, Drake, give us titles and say they're about to drop and they don't drop. Like Kendrick, once they give you an actual date, that's how you know, like, okay, it's coming. So I think it's ready. I don't think he's pushing it back. He's coming right before the summer, which means it's going to be an outside album.
We're about to get 20 tracks.
Whew. It's called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, so I think he's going to be talking that shit. I think he's going to be rapping. Kendrick never drops anything bad, so I'm excited, clearly. I don't know what is going to happen when he drops, but I think it's about to be like a nuclear bomb, bro. Stuff is going to go nuclear. How many, what did you about to say?
Shit's about to be lit, bro.
How many first week streams do we think for the God Kendrick?
Like sales wise,
Yeah.
like how much he's gonna sell.
Yeah, on first week.
Oh, bro, he's at least hitting 600,000. What, you remember Kanye and Drake? They were like close to 700, so that he might even beat theirs.
First time back in so long, bro.
Damn, that's a lot.
I was thinking around like 6, 7. But man, he could go if it's hot, he could go nuclear and give us that milli, bro. Like
He might, bro.
a lot of people's outside
First milli streams.
in the stream world, maybe.
And he probably has the most anticipated album now.
Oh, of course.
Like
He hasn't dropped since I was a baby, bro. Of course he does. This is about to go crazy. Clearly, this is news. No, I think we all are on the same page.
Fact,
News or nothing.
without a doubt.
Nah, it's, yeah, definitely.
I had an article about Coi Leray. Did you guys see how much she sold her first week?
Well, someone, I think Axe said it was 9, but she said something like it was 11. So-
Funny, but dang.
I don't know if you were joking with that or not.
Nah, I
but
swear that's what they posted.
either way, it's not great. Let's look it up so we can be specific. But
And Pooh Shiesty sentenced to 5 years.
it's not terrible. You could have got life in that thing, or at least 20.
Yeah, he'll probably do half that.
Exactly.
We'll see.
I seen something about YN and W getting out this year too. Like these niggas lawyers be incredible.
Nah, yeah.
Man. He's trying. He's definitely trying. He had his phone privileges revoked. He just released a statement on his Instagram. I don't know
Because he
how
be
doing
posting, he be
Mhm.
posting, and he ain't supposed to have no cell phones. Like, bro, they know you're a celebrity, bro.
But yeah, his mom keeps saying, "Oh, he's coming out.
yeah,
He's getting out."
yeah, I seen that. Let's get into Coi Leray real quick. Coi Leray sold 11K. We'll give her the 11. Her first week. It was her debut album. So I think that's a pretty much win in its own. She doesn't really have much music before as far as like mixtapes and stuff like that. She does, however, have 6 million followers on Instagram, and she has a pretty big following everywhere. She, as far as social media, she has a pretty big
TikTok for sure. She
social
probably
media
has-
presence.
She probably has the same on TikTok, if not more.
So there was a kind of big debate going around that I seen that was pretty interesting. It was saying it's kind of interesting that she only sold 9 to 11K, and she has such a big social media following.
That's not where they're listening to it. They're listening to her music through TikTok, through Instagram, through like quick snippets. I don't know if I don't want to say ever, but as of right now, I don't think she's going to get the album sales because she's more of an artist on those platforms. That's where her bread and butter is.
And I know sometimes that leads to sales, right,
I guess I mean, it could.
Ken?
Yeah, if it's a good song, if you heard it on TikTok and it's trending, and you're like, "Wait, this is a fire song," then it'll start trending on Apple because it's
Like
a good song.
one that kind of comes to mind is the Nardo Wick and the do. Like people kind of started going viral first, but then people like listen to the song and they're like, "Yo, this song is actually like dope."
Exactly.
And then it started charting, and that's how Nardo kind of got his whole name.
And then 21 jumped on it.
Yeah, and it kind of.
But what do you
started going
think
crazy.
they would do if they just released the album, like sales wise?
Nardo?
Yeah.
Nardo released not long ago, so we can look it up. But they said there's another guy. I don't know if you guys know him. His name is Yeet. We sound so old with this. Well, his name is Yeet. He dropped maybe 3 weeks ago. He has about 1 million followers, and he did 30K first week. So I was kind of gauging like that might probably be like the norm for artists of like a Nardo, Wick, or like I think Fabio did around. Did you see his first week
Like
numbers?
20?
He did like 23.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
around 30.
Yeah.
So 23.
Yeah, this with Trippie Redd was like, "Hey, all these artists with the 30K a week sales, let's all put ourselves together and hit a milli."
Look, Nardo Wick,
Oh,
30. So like, I think 30 is a solid number to strive for.
That's what I think with your first album. I agree.
But they're also way more low key than Coi. Coi's, I feel like she's much more known than Yeet for sure and Nardo Wick.
That's what I'm saying. Her songs are meant for like TikTok and stuff like that. They're not meant to go and listen to a whole album.
And that's what I was seeing too, is like it's just the fan base. The fan
it's
base
different.
is
They're younger probably too.
is younger. Since she's a woman, it'll probably be more women. And they just don't really listen to her music as much as like.
But I don't think album sales really like play effect on the money they're making. She's probably making a ton of money just off those like just having her followers on Instagram and TikTok.
No, that's a good point because that's kind of what she was saying. Like she's like, I'm a personality. Like music is just one thing that I like to do, but like even if I didn't know music, I would still be popping. And I agree, especially in today's age. Like we look at the Cardi B and people who are just celebrities who just start rapping because they can. And I think that's kind of like Koi. Like she's just super popular and she's like, I like to do music, so I'm just going to do music. And she happens to be pretty good at it. So
Hey, but she can always improve and get better.
true.
You know what I mean? With like her overall like craft as
Delivery.
an artist. Yeah.
It's crazy because I swear when I first discovered her and she was with Trippie Redd, she was spitting bars, bro. I was like, who is this? And then she like broke up with him, whatever. But she became an artist. She came out.
She don't want to be a rapper no more.
Introduced herself, and yeah, she just started doing weird stuff. I don't know, but I feel like she's holding back. Like she could get better. She's just trying to find her niche. And these young artists, they do weird things with their music. I think it's weird. I don't know.
But they grow. Like they are young, so at least it does
Right,
give them
like
time to grow.
Playboy Cardi is a perfect example. Like
I was thinking Tyler. Look at how Tyler
Tyler, too.
blossomed into the
he
Bro, I
started
beautiful
it.
I
Yeah, he
used
flower.
to say
started it.
Vince, bro. Vince is about to blow up. I keep listening
Vince.
to that album,
Mhm.
and that album's a very slept on.
I seen
album.
somebody say that was album of the year.
Bro, I keep
so far.
playing that album.
The
That's
Vince?
my go-to.
That's
yeah, the Vince.
fire, bro.
Yeah, that's my go-to for sure. I play that album once a day.
But speaking of music, there wasn't a whole lot for me this week.
True. I'm glad you guys brought that up though, because there has been a lot of good music. Nothing really did drop this week, but we got a lot of music dropping in the next month.
Bro, and it's all good
months.
albums. I mean, you could keep the Jack Harlow,
Hey,
but
we got your medium brother Jack Harlow coming.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with this fool, bro. Like,
Every
what's
time
going on?
that song comes on, I'm like, bruh.
Why, bro?
Skip.
I seen him performing it, and I was like,
Nobody looked super happy.
this shit does not look good, bro.
Bro, I give it a chance every
Up in
time,
the sky.
but every time I hear the sweet C, I'm like, nope, bro, nope. Why?
Yeah,
You could have left that out.
We'll
Why?
probably go off on the Jack. Let's see what Jack has to offer us.
Yeah, but
No, I mean,
hopefully he listens to the reaction because I don't.
But he's becoming more pop, and you could tell
True.
from that song.
and I think
No,
this
he's
album
definitely
might.
pop.
I hope is. I don't know. I think it'll be a quality. I think he'll have some quality features and stuff because he always does. So I'm definitely gonna listen to the album. But I think this album is gonna be him transitioning, like making that jump. But this week we get Push. Finally, we've been waiting. I know a lot of people who have it already, so I'm just waiting patiently.
No, I got it.
After that, we got Future on the 29th. I know a lot of people are waiting for that.
Best rapper alive.
Push GQ says
I know I saw that.
Push to the Future, and then we got Jack Harlow, and then we get the Kendrick right after.
Kendrick.
I'm getting my beats back. I'm getting my beats in my car this weekend, bro. I
For
have
real.
to.
Might as well dust off the Buick, just take a stroll through the block. Not the block. I ain't trying to get my neighbors mad.
I feel like
Go down Gun Club Road. That's always my go-to road to just
because it
drive
be
down.
empty.
For real, it's like not disturbing anybody. You can do whatever you want. You can go as fast as you want.
I feel like
Not as fast. As you
Push was holding on to his album, like just kind of testing the waters. And then he found out Kendrick was dropping, and he was like, "Nah, I'm putting my shit out this week. Fuck it." He was like, "I'm dropping. I gotta let people get my stuff out before that Kendrick comes." Because I'm telling you, people, it's a real thing. People run away from other people's release because they know Kendrick's about to control the airwaves. Do you guys think Kendrick's gonna give us a single?
No,
You think he's just gonna drop?
maybe
nah.
like that. Like maybe that week we'll get a single
get a
or something.
video.
Because I feel like he did that with Damn.
Yeah, he always gives us
Yeah.
Be Humble. I think was
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, Be
Or
Humble.
DNA. Which one? Humble.
No,
Humble
Be
was
Humble.
the one
Yeah, Humble. Yeah.
on the radio.
And it was literally then all of a sudden his album dropped. So, yeah.
And Kendrick's so interesting. Like he doesn't make radio or pop songs or albums, but he's always on the radio. He's like the one unique artist who got it figured out. Like he's the holy child, bro. But like he literally doesn't have to make anything. Be humble. I don't think he sat and was like, be humble, sit down. I don't think he thought like, yeah, this is about to be on the radio. And I think people just gravitated and was like, yo, yeah, let's put this up there. But you look on YouTube, it has easily like 100 milli.
That video's crazy. I remember that.
People love that song.
Yeah, they went crazy for that.
Like you said, though, no real albums dropped this past week. What were you guys listening to, if anything?
That Fredo.
Fredo Bang?
Yeah.
Fredo Bang dropped the album. I like Fredo Bang, specifically kind of just like as a person. I like the way he moves. I think he's from Memphis or somewhere, or New Orleans, somewhere downtown or down south. I haven't heard the album yet. I heard a couple songs, and he's more like upbeat. I like his introspective songs. Like he's super like, he has it figured out. He's super introspective, and he's a little younger. He's a little newer. I haven't had a chance to listen to Two Face Bang 2, but I know he has been dropping a lot of music in the past 2-3 years. So it does look like he's working. What you feel about his album?
Nah, I've been feeling it. I put it on today, and I was like, okay. I recognized a few songs that's been around for a while.
Exactly.
The Roddy Ricch, that song was fire. Where's that one song I was listening to? But anyways, yeah, overall, he's an artist that I would find myself going back to and checking out. But before this, I'm not gonna lie, I never really listened to Fredo Bang. But he had his week to this week because there wasn't that much music, so he had his opportunity to get some shine.
Facts.
Because the only one that did drop was Boz, and that was a little 4-pack.
Yeah, T Grizzly dropped. I've never really been the biggest T Grizzly fan.
Yeah, I listened to it.
T Grizzly dropped the album Half T, Half Beast.
He be too aggressive though. I'd be having to like turn him off.
He be rapping off beat. I hate people who don't be rapping off beat sometimes, or who don't be rhyming.
Mine was catch up week. I was listening to all the stuff from the weeks past for sure.
I'm gonna listen to the Grizzly at least to test it out, but I've never just been the biggest Grizzly fan.
Bro, he got one song on there that's crazy. He's like talking about being locked up, and then the girl's like, basically a girl put him in jail. She was a witness. She put him in jail, and then she came back, was like, actually it wasn't him. Got him out of jail, and then he's like a good storyteller.
Yeah, he is. He's a good rapper too. Don't get me wrong. He's talented. I just never been the biggest fan.
I remember the first time I heard the T Grizzly song, it was at a basketball game.
Yeah, that.
And the audience,
first day out.
the audience was saying it word for word. I'm like, bro, what song are they saying? I never heard this song.
That shit made him
and
a
they was
superstar.
Aggressive, bro. It was the opposite team's crowd too. I was like, what the fuck is about to happen at this game?
Yeah, that's one of the more legendary first day out songs for sure. Maybe we'll go out to that song. What about The Boss though? Did you have a chance to listen to The Boss?
No, yeah, I listened to that. It's cool little. I mean, we already heard one of the songs, so really it's like 3.
Right.
I
didn't know Jackie was on there, so I was like kind of listening to it, hoping it was like a new 4-pack. I wasn't mad at the Jackie. I just wish it was a new song though, just because I like Boss so much. I'm like, nah, he gave us 3 songs, but
Boss,
I get why he put it on there.
He just makes good music.
Yeah. There's a bit more mellow, a bit more vibey for sure.
For sure.
I love when Boss gets into his mellow vibes.
The last one was definitely all vibey.
But I love when Boss be rapping too, man. I think that's what makes him so dope is he's like literally a little J. Cole. Like no slight to Boss, but like everything J. Cole can do, I feel like Boss can do. Like everywhere J. Cole can take it, every artist, how J. Cole works with every different artist and every different wave, I think Boss could do every different pocket. And that's what makes him dope. But I think Boss even gets J. Cole to step out of his comfort zone with the beats and the rhyme schemes and the flows too. And you ever hear J. Cole talk about Boss? Like he loves his food. So that just proves everything I need to know about Boss. But yeah, he dropped a quick little EP, Pick Me Up. Actually, it's called Bump. Or is it Pick Me Up? I don't know. Is it both?
I mean, it says both on there, Bump or Pick Me Up.
That's like it's not an acronym.
Oh, I was thinking about
it
that.
It literally says "or" on there.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean?
Bump.
It's like
Pick Me Up.
Is he saying like run me over or pick me up?
It's like
Nah,
it's your
it's
choice.
just a little pick me up or a bump in the road for you guys to listen to, like a little pick me up. Here you guys go.
Okay.
Or maybe it's something he was going through. I don't know.
It's like it could either be a bump in the road or
I bet you
a pick me up.
you know, they say they probably think of everything when they're thinking of this stuff. Like they probably like
Oh,
everything
yeah.
we're probably gonna throw out there. They probably like it could be this.
But yeah,
or
they
could
wanted
be
to leave it
that.
open to
Yeah.
perspective too. But sometimes the fans be coming with some crazy stuff, especially the YouTube fans. They be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, y'all missed this because he said this, and he had a granny when he was 7." And I seen one artist get on there one time. He was like, "Actually, I wasn't thinking of that, but that shit is genius, so I'm gonna just go with that." And I'm like, sometimes they just be putting a lot of shit together, but a lot of times the artists do, especially when they Jay-Z level, they be doing that on purpose. Any other music though? You
Not for me. No.
said you was playing catch up. What was really ringing off?
That Leia's fire. Sid was fire. I keep
You said
listening.
the Staples, the Vince Staples.
Yeah, Vince is crazy. That's like I run through the album at least once a day so far this week.
For me, it's this 4-2, man, and the EST. For some reason, I keep going back to it. I keep trying to go back to other stuff. Of course, the Leia and Sid R&B Lamb is forever here to stay, so that's in heavy roll. But whenever I want to hear some rap, I go right to the 4-2 and EST. That
That's
shit is
crazy.
going crazy right now.
And Vince for me every time. I'm like, let me just go play Vince.
I'm going back to the Vince. I did start the Kenny Mason joint, and it was pretty good.
No, yeah, I listened to that too.
He sounds like
like a Playboy Cardi type.
I
like
thought he
yeah.
gave me Jid. He sounded like Jid to me.
Maybe that, yeah, a little bit.
And I think he's from Atlanta too. And I just say Jid because he definitely raps more than Cardi. I think he definitely tries to rap more.
Some of his songs, I definitely feel like I've heard it before, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like a lot of older songs he kind of put together.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I like his vibe. I only got like halfway through.
He had Freddie on there, so I was already like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so you were a fan.
Yeah, I was like, all right, bet.
I seen pictures of this fool, Freddie Gibbs in Vegas with 50 Cent. I think this fool, Freddie Gibbs, was out there when I was out there too. I'm like, this fool would just be in Vegas, huh?
Freddie's hilarious. So beefs with everyone.
Well, let's say we talked about he was beefing with Benny.
Yeah, Benny, Gunna.
I don't fuck with Freddie Gibbs. I'm glad Pusha T gave us the track list too. Do we think he's gonna diss Drake on there?
Yeah.
Or we think he's over
Nah, bro, that's his secret weapon.
it?
He's holding on to Drake forever.
Forever, you got to keep that under your wing.
They have to, bro. I was thinking about that.
That's your X factor.
Like he's the one that successfully got Drake.
I'm bringing that up to my kids, to my grandkids.
Because Drake forever responds to Pusha T, bro.
That's what I said. I brought up that Jack Harlow leaked verse. So I think Drake might be on Jack Harlow's album now that we bring that up.
Of course, bro. You see how they was hanging out?
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. I forgot about that. But they said he took some shots at Push. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's frowned
believe
upon
it.
for him to.
I definitely see him dissing on other people's albums and not his own. So,
Yeah,
It's
because he's
just
like,
his
I don't want to
opportunity.
put too much attention on this fool.
right. But Push, on the other hand, he's total opposite. Like, yeah, I'm dissing Drake on my album.
Oh, he put
Like,
"Hear Me
that's-
Clearly" on here.
Y'all fear me.
I mean,
Say
I
that.
love that song, but I just want new music, bro. I'm such a selfish.
Crack.
But I'm loving the features. We'll get into it more when we have a chance to listen to it next week. But he sat down with Charlemagne, and Charlemagne said this is his most complete album. This is the best album to date. I don't know if y'all remember, but it's half produced by Kanye, half produced by Pharrell. It's going to feature Kanye, Jay-Z, Kid Cudi, and Ye on the same song. Don Toliver and Uzi on the same song. He brought his brother out again. I'm excited. But he did also say it's only 12 tracks. And he was saying a lot of times classics are shorter or they're under like 13. You said you wanted Kendrick to be 20. How do y'all feel about shorter albums versus longer albums?
I think it depends on the artist. Kendrick's on a different level though. He could drop 20 and people are gonna listen to
And people
it.
are gonna listen
Right.
regardless.
Like Drake, Kendrick, they could drop 20. Pusha, yeah, I don't think he's on that level to be dropping that many songs. And he's a classic artist, rapper, I would say. He's already in that field. So it makes sense for him to just drop a little 12. Not saying that that's a little, that's a good,
That's
nice
a good
size
amount.
project.
Yeah,
though.
9 I would have been mad about. He dropped 7 last
Right,
time, so I
that
was
one-
definitely mad about
exactly.
that.
Like this is almost double that one.
True. I don't know. I feel like 20 is too much for anybody, low key, except Kendrick. But like even Drake, I don't want to hear 20 from Drake. Even the 20 pack from Ye was like, there was a few skips on there. I think what he was saying with the 12, he said, just give me straight 12 of the best. Give me, if Kanye gave us 12 of his best songs for Donda, that shit would easily be a classic. But I feel like because there's some skips and there's a lot of fluff in there, people are like, it was cool. It was cool. If Drake just gives us 12 straight bangers for Certified Lover Boy, I think people are saying it's a classic. So I think I get the idea with the 12, but a lot of times he was saying people play the streaming game and the numbers game because the more songs you have, of course, the more streams, you know?
True, and it gives it a chance to be a classic because you have the opportunity to go back to all these songs and listen to them more than once.
And it grow on you.
Whereas if you have 20 songs, there's nobody has that much time in their life to just listen to like 10 all these songs 10 times, 20 times. Like that's too much time in your life to just sit there and listen to Drake. I mean, there's probably people out there like, what? That's what I do.
Now there's somebody out there that do for sure.
But you get what I'm saying. Like a 12 pack is easier to get more plays than a 20 pack, even a 7 pack.
But that's the thing with the 20 and the streaming is like, it's more songs, so it's more streams.
Like to stick with Drake when he dropped. If you're reading this, it's too late. That wasn't that many songs. How many songs was that? It was a small package, and that thing that was like
People thought it was a
one of
classic.
his most played albums.
Nah, well, yeah. I was gonna
Projects.
say Take Care is a 20 pack, but like I think Drake's best albums are shorter, for sure.
Definitely. What a Time to Be Alive. How many did that have?
Is that the one with Future?
Yeah,
I don't know. That shit was classic though.
classic, bro. They said they made that in 6 days.
I believe it. It's all Future. It was all Future beats.
For real, Drake just hopped on it.
Before we get out of here, let's leave with some good news. I don't know if any of us even watched this, but this is, some celebratory news. The Blackish has their season finale. I think it was like last Tuesday. I forget how many seasons it was, but a black show, Kenya Burris, I forget his name.
Kenya Burst.
Yeah, he's the creator and showrunner. We all know Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross. So it's been a huge show, and there's been like 4 spinoffs from this show. But this is officially the end and officially the last episode. So I know it was a huge deal. But we always talk about how hard it is to have great shows on like primetime TV. So I definitely want to shout out Kenya Burris, Anthony Anderson, and the whole Blackish crew.
Definitely, because this show has been going on forever. Because the Zoe, one of the main characters, she has a spinoff. Like you said, hers is Grownish, and that's been going on for like 5 years.
Because she's not even in college no more, I heard.
Right. So her show been going on 5 years after this show, and she was a little kid when this show first started. So, like close to 10 years.
Yeah,
That's-
it's been some history.
That's successful.
Yeah, super successful. Shout out to Blackish.
And then Ken Burge had his own show. He was like, I gotta show my face. He had a Black as Fuck. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Netflix
is.
original.
That's not the one where it's his fake family, though, is it?
It is. Yep. His
Oh.
fake family, and his wife is what's the girl's name? She was on The Office. She dated. dated.
I don't know her name, but I know she's the
She's-
daughter of a producer, like an old producer.
Dang, I forgot Lamar doesn't watch The Office. I forgot. Anyways, people know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but It was good, basically, or she's good. The girl, she's a good actor. What were you saying about her?
That's just it's his fake family.
Or that show? Yeah, well, that show was good too. Did you
It's a
watch
good
it all?
show, yeah, because it's like it's still him writing it, but he's showing his acting skills at the same time now.
I think I seen like
Because he's a great writer,
one
and
or two episodes.
Tyler Perry was in it because they're like supposed to be good friends. They like bounce ideas off each other.
Nah, he's a great showrunner. I forget what all he's done, but he's done some. He got some classics. So shout out to the whole team. And then lastly, this is huge news for me because I'm a huge Marvel fan. I know y'all fuck with it too, but Thor announced its trailer finally released in July of 2022. I honestly thought that was soon. I thought with Doctor Strange coming out here soon, they would like give him more time to, put stuff back. But it looks like Doctor Strange drops in May, and they coming back out in July with the Thor. What are our quick thoughts or like predictions about Thor? And are we excited?
Definitely excited. I don't know too much about it though. I know this is all based off comic books, but Marvel never really lets us down, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna go, what route they're gonna go.
We seen Guardians of the Galaxy in there.
Right, and that's right up Thor's alley. He's like one of the playful.
Not as all movies.
It's interesting to see he's in a team.
But like once he like broke away and finally realized he doesn't have to be king. Like he's not
I get what
the
you're saying,
No
yeah.
pressure.
right. Like he finally was like free. It was like I'm gonna be free.
Yeah, it says in theaters July 8th. That's interesting. I feel like this is like his redemption movie though. Like he's losing weight and stuff now.
Right, because he was fat and he was like didn't care.
He got his eyes back. Like remember he lost an eyeball.
Yeah, but then whose eye did he get?
Rocket put it out of his pocket.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He said, "Hey man, you're gonna want to wipe that off."
He just put it in.
No, yeah, it's gonna be good. I don't know which one I'm more excited for, but
And it looked like he's going back to Asgard and that girl's the king or queen.
Tessa Thompson or Valkyrie.
That's gonna be tight.
Yeah, Marvel doing their thing. I love that they're just feeding us content. We're about to be so like content sensory overloaded.
Bro, I already feel it, bro.
We're not gonna know what to like.
It's like it's time to go back outside.
Kendrick, Marvel, Kanye, like niggas is all over the place.
It's a nice little balance though.
Nah, I'm
People
not
gonna be able
mad.
to choose what they want to do.
I'm not mad. It has 2016 written all over it again. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
I really don't have any pressing issues.
I knew Chicago was gonna win. Crims.
Nah, I don't got none.
Well, thanks for joining. It's been another great episode. Everything under the sky. And like my boy Wax says, like that,
We gone.
These niggas prayed on my downfall. Oh no.